Wolfsburg player to make it 3-1. He must score. Oh, he hasn't. They've somehow kept him out.
He's going to come forward, taking the space around the Daryl Suarez. Elba, now the fourth. Sterling off the bar and Messi. Diogo Dallo, he pulls the ball, and then Ronaldo! Oh! That is outstanding! A spectacular goal from Alejandro Garnacho!
Paravan had come for the corner. The last-ditch effort might just backfire. It's a good hit from Juranovic, but it's not on target. But now it's Jerome Lucio, former Wolfsburg player, to make it 3-1. He must score. Oh, he hasn't. They've somehow kept him out.
He's going to come forward, taking the space around the Daryl Suarez. Elba!
Welcome to another episode of Jabsports on Jab Media TV. My name is Shoelace. You can call me Amin. Yeah, yesterday I was supposed to be live yesterday. Unfortunately, we had some emergencies and then we had to postpone today's show to today. So we'll move on with it. But next week we'll be back on Tuesday, right? So this Wednesday is just a temporary issue, right? So once again, welcome to another episode of Jabsports on Jab Media TV. My name is Shoelace. You can call me Amin. Now on today's episode is going to be fire. We're going to discuss the Ghana Football Association's new Premier League reforms. I don't know if within this week, I think on Monday, Kurt announced a new Premier League reforms. That was on Monday. We are going to discuss about that. Then I know you've all seen the video trending where the Ghana National Fire Service GNFS were spraying water on the Kumasi Sports Stadium pitch. I know you've seen that video, so we'll show you that video when we're discussing about it. So in case you've not seen it, you're going to see that video. What do you guys have to make about it? We'll discuss about it. Then Thomas Partey in court. Yesterday, Thomas Partey was invited to the magistrate court in the United Kingdom, where he's facing charges for sexual assault and rape. We'll discuss about that. Then the league fixtures of the Ghana Premier League is also out. We'll also have a short discussion about that. And then, as you know, a transfer news update. Remember the big news: Benjamin Sesko has agreed to join Manchester United on a permanent deal. Yes, from I think till 2031. United submitted a bid around 85 million euros. We'll have a short discussion about that and other transfer news updates. Right. Okay. So. Today's show is brought to you by EF Metalworks. EF Metal is located at Amasam. Anything that has to do with metalwork, just contact Mr. Frempo on Facebook and order your metals, right? Nurturing the American Dream. Get a copy of Nurturing American Dreams, to the book written by Frank J. Mensah. This book talks about a comprehensive guide on how to achieve success and fulfillment in Ghana, how to unlock your potential, obstacles, winning mindset, and supportive community. He says that you don't need to travel abroad, but you can gain success in Ghana. So just contact us on our Facebook page or on TikTok or on Instagram, and then we'll give you a copy of Nurturing Your American Dream. Glory Foods, any food, anything intercontinental dishes and and then also continental dishes and then local dishes. Just contact Glory Foods on Instagram, and then order any food you want. And if you want to also go there, they are located at Obojo 2nd Roundabout. You will see Glory Foods over there. Salmon Plant Enterprise and AN Engineering Ghana Limited. they are dealing in engineering, especially solar energy. So you know how most of the times, I think of late power has been a bit better, but it still fluctuates most of the times. So you can contact Salmon Plant Enterprise to do a lovely solar panel for you. Apart from that, I mean, since this current government came into power, electricity has been increased. Electricity tariffs have been increased about 2 or 3 times. So electricity is pretty expensive. I mean, it's very, very expensive. So if you can't keep up with electricity bills, you can also contact them on Facebook, and then they are going to design you, and they're going to give you a fantastic solar energy plant. And remember, it's so affordable that you can afford to do it. And then finally, it's gonna about those indoors and accessories. So they deal in doors and accessories. Just go to Muse near off Anko Barra and just talk to Mr. Moses Okaijehu, and then he's gonna give you varieties of Turkish doors, Cyprus doors, whatever, quality doors, quality accessories. Just go there and talk to Mr. Moses Okaijehu. Right, okay, so straight to today's episode. So we'll start with the Ghana Football Association new Premier League reforms. The Ghana Football Association new Premier League reforms. Right, so you're going to see it on your screens, but then again, let me also try and go through them quickly. Yes. All right, so the Ghana Football Association president and its CAF second vice president, Mr. Kurt Edwin Simeon Okreku Mante, Kurt Edwin Simeon Okreku, yeah, has outlined a game-changing vision for Ghana football. In summary, each league club to receive 1 million Ghana cedi disbursement ahead of the new season, new prize money structures, every position now counts, strategic partnership with Adesa Productions Limited, full backing of the government, clubs to be transformed. So let me just go straight into it. So this is what he says. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the Ghana football to take its rightful place on the global stage. The talent is here, the passion is here, and now with this new model, the resources and the structure will be here too. Today we are unveiling a new framework, a new business model, a new vision. We are rolling out a process that places a premium on what our players want and what you need. Each league club will receive a disbursement of 1 million Ghana cedis before the start of the new season. This is not a grant, this is not a number, it's a commitment to club transformation. It's an investment in performance, in visibility and business of football. It's a difference between delayed salaries and timely payments, between outdated medical rooms and fully equipped health centers, between empty stands and vibrant media-ready stadiums. For the first time, we are working on a price structure that rewards every club based on their league position, and not just the champions. Whether you place first or 20th, your effort and performance, your participation will yield financial benefits. Every game will matter, every position will count. He went on to say, through this initiative, in partnership with Adesa Productions Limited, the private sector with the full backing of government, we've aimed to make football in Ghana not just a passion, but a viable economic enterprise. This is just the beginning. Our clubs will also have access to new digital platforms for marketing, streaming, and sponsorship activations. Fans will experience more engaging match days, players will benefit from better exposure, advertisers will be drawn to a premium product with wide range. Today, we take stand to say no more to the challenge of either buying boots for players or hiring buses for games. We are changing their narratives. We have listened to your concerns, and this initiative is our response to those voices that have been crying out for change. We are no longer treating football as an isolated sporting activity. We are treating it as a critical industry, a generator of jobs, a tool of national unity, and an economic opportunity. Our matches will no longer just be games, they'll be high-value content, capable of being marketed, broadcast, and monetized to support long-term growth of the clubs. For the first time, we are building a structure where our game doesn't only entertain, but also pays for itself, sustain clubs, and build wealth for stakeholders involved. So this is what Kurt Okreku said. the second vice president, and the Ghana Football Association president. Right. So, I mean, when I saw this information, when I read this information, I hope my producer has showed it on your screen, so you've seen everything that you said. For those who have not read about it, I hope you've seen it, and those who have read about it, I know you have a fair idea of what I'm about to discuss today. Right. So, everything being said, I mean, I think these are very, very good initiatives from the Ghana Football Association president. But the question in everybody's mind, the question in my mind is this visible? Is this something that will help us in the long term, in long-term sporting or football decisions? Are these long-term issues or are these long-term solutions? This is what is in my mind, and I know this is what is in everybody's mind. Now, we've seen a lot of it, like Hasia said. The Ghanaian teams or Ghanaian football clubs are no longer going to rely on the Ghana Football Association for buses, for team jerseys, and etc. So, these innovations, the clubs will be able to generate their own money to be able to afford all these things. And I mean, it's great. It's great, but how long is this going to last? Now, if you compare the Ghana Premier League to foreign football leagues, one thing you're going to realize is that, for example, let me use England as a case study. The Football Association doesn't buy jerseys or doesn't buy boots, or the only award that they give to football clubs is participation fees, and what they end at the end of the is what they're going to earn at the end of the day. That is the only money the Football Association funds through these local clubs. Apart from that, broadcasting deals, like when it comes to broadcasting deals, there are some amount of money that the majority of the money that all these football clubs make, whether it's Manchester United, whether it's Arsenal, City, whatever, all the money they make, about 80% of the money they make is being funded by the old club. The clubs actually make their own money, and that is when sponsorship deals come in. Clubs being consistent on social media, they are being consistent on social media. The clubs not relying on what private media will tell them. So, for example, Manchester United or FC Barcelona doesn't rely on what their private media or what their government media will present to the media, depending on whatever they have decided to portray. So so let me just break what I've said down. So let me take United for example. Manchester United or Arsenal or Chelsea doesn't rely on what BBC or Sky Sports News or let me say BT Sports or the Telegraph or the Sun Football will say about them. Rather, whatever this private media will say about them is to their own words, is to their own concern. They make sure that the social media platform on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, their website www.manchesterunited.com, www.chelseafootballclub.com, their website, their apps, Manchester United app, Chelsea Football app, Manchester United TV, Chelsea TV, Barcelona TV, Barca TV. This is their online TV. They tend to promote or present whatever they have to present. And at the end of the day, this private media will pick informations from Barcelona directly, from Madrid directly, as their own news, as their own presentation of football in the media. But here lies in the case, in Ghana, it doesn't happen like that. So let me give you an example. I want you guys to read a thesis, a master's thesis by Abdurrahman 2015. How football clubs use their how football clubs rely on the media, on the private media or the government media in terms of public relations, advertising and marketing. What this means is that, what this thesis tells us is that football clubs in Ghana are rather relying on the private media to rather promote their football clubs, and the private media decide on the sort of presentation or the sort of framing they want to tell the people. So, for example, last season, what happened between Enso and Truman? If Enso and Truman or Kumasi Asante Kotoko, if they had a concrete public relations platform, they have a very concrete social media platform, they would present or frame their information the way they want it. But because they don't have it, they tend to rely on other media platforms, TV3, Metro TV, Ghana Soccer Net. They rely on all this social media or broadcasting platforms to produce whatever they want to produce, and they decide on how they want to frame their information because of what? Money, profits. Because they want traffic onto their websites or traffic onto their channels, so they decide on whatever they want to promote, and that is a problem. So the Ghana Football Association basically saying that, okay, you know what, we are going to, this time around, we are going to make sure that the football clubs have their own, like they control their own narratives. It's brilliant, but the question is, how long or how sustainable is this laws going to be like? That is the question. Because remember, the key reason why the Ghana Premier League is lacking sponsorship and investment is that these corporate sponsors, right, are not seeing anything attractive about the league, about the Ghana Football Association, and even the Ghana football clubs. They're not seeing anything attractive about them that they feel like, okay, you know what, let me sponsor the league. If I sponsor the league, right, the football itself is going to bring some sort of attention onto my product where I'm going to make more profit. No, they rather see that the more they involve themselves into our football, Ghanaians are going to see their product in a negative portrayal, and that is the mindset of all this investment, and that is why any company that invests in our football, after a season or two, they decide to withdraw. So our president, this is what our president is saying. These are the things that he's saying. The question is how sustainable is this going to be? And he says he's going to partner Adesa Production Limited, a private sector, in the full backing of the government. And this is what I have a problem with. The government of Ghana, together with the Ministry of Sports, yes, the Ministry of Sports, is sports. So what I'm trying to say is that I don't want them to have, or I don't want the Ministry of Sports together with the government to have a full control, or to have some sort of partnership, direct partnership with the league, because they tend to influence decision making when it comes to our football. And that's why I don't want them involved in our local league, because you see, Ghana, we don't know when, Ghanaians and politicians don't know when they have to be unbiased and when they have to be biased. They don't know when we have to think as Ghanaians and when we have to behave as politicians, or when we have to involve politics. We tend to involve politics in anything we do, which is one of the key reasons why we are suffering as Ghanaians. So when you are partnering when you want to have a partnership with the government tend to have some sort of influence. So how is the Ghana Football Association going to make sure that government doesn't have full influence on our football, or they decide to pump millions of dollars or millions of cedis into our football. Great initiatives, but how do we get rid of the negatives? How do we do that? How are we going to get rid of those things? And that's one of the issues I have. Now, if you look at modern football, for example, modern football is not about going to the stadium and watching football. Now, we have online media. We have modern technology. Now, what the world is going to, everything is about modern technology and online media. If you go to the UK, for example, or if you go to Europe, for example, let me even use the MLS, major league soccer, major soccer, the MLS. Yeah. So if you look at the MLS, for example, one of their key streaming platform is Apple TV. If you want to watch the MLS, if you actually want to watch the MLS, one of the key places to watch the MLS is actually on what? Apple TV. It's high time we start taking advantage of streaming services. Netflix, Apple TV, Spotty TV, online streaming platform. You see, this is what the world has got into, and you need to take advantage of streaming platforms. Ghanaians are not doing that. We don't take advantage of streaming. We don't take advantage of YouTube and others. This is where football clubs can make money, and this is where football clubs need to take advantage of it, including the Ghana Football Association and the Ghana Premier League. So I'm happy to see all this in Ket's incentives. Now, what we are going to look at is that now, yes, you see, when it comes to football, saying it is very nice. He has said it very nice. Now I'm going to see how he's going to implement these things that he has said. We are going to see how he's going to do all these things. He has said it. It's very nice. When you are saying this is so nice. Now we are going to see how he's going to implement all these things that he has said he's going to do. And when he doesn't do it, me, Amin, I'm going to sit here on Jab Media Studios and fire him. Because these things he has said are very good initiatives. Very, very good initiatives. And it's going to help us take our football to a certain level, especially how we portray our football, how we frame our football, how we show our football. And the fact that apart from the money that our football clubs are getting from the Ghana Football Association, but money they are also going to make for themselves. Quality streaming services. So I'm looking to see what is going to happen. But then again, everything he has said is very, very good. And I think it's another step to another level. And let's see how the Ghana Premier League this season, which is going to begin next month, is going to be framed, is going to be portrayed, how it's going to be shown, the sort of money, the sort of profit all these clubs are going to make. We are going to see that. Right, let's move to the next one. It's the Kumasi Sports Stadium. Now, I think you are going to see the videos on your screen. Now, I actually talk about maintenance, poor maintenance culture. Some few months or some few weeks ago, the Kumasi Sports Stadium, which we call the Babaya Sports Stadium, was absolutely maintained, was renovated. The pitch was so green that it was the only stadium that was approved by Confederations African Football, CAF. Today, this is the stadium. I don't know if you've seen it. That is the stadium. Just look at this. And this is not Hamatan. Oh. We are in the rainy season that since June till today, the weather has been so cold. It's been raining, it's been cloudy, it's been miserable, it's been grey. I said, Charlie, this is the raining season, and just look at our pitch. The pitch is absolutely dead. And then the fire service, where we've had so far this year, we've had a lot of fire outbreaks. They're rather using the money to water the stadiums. Where are the water holes? Where are they? Where is the water hose? What is going on in this country? What is going on in Ghana? What is going on? I just don't get it. What is going on in this country? That our maintenance culture is so poor to the extent that like we are not thinking as human beings. What is going on? Can any of you tell me? I mean, if you can tell me, just put it in the comment section. Just tell me what is going on what is going on with you Ghanaians? I don't know what to say, to be honest with you. I just don't know what to say. Because if I look at certain stadium, if I sit down and I look at how these European football clubs, the standard of their stadiums and how they are preparing their stadiums for the 2025-2026 season, you marvel. And here we are in Ghana, where the stadium can't even host local football, not Premier League football, like community football. Because I learned that they wanted to use it to play cones football, and now the stadium is in a bad condition that even the cones football can't be played. Are you serious? And the Premier League begins next month, where Kotoko will use that stadium. What is like at this moment I don't even know what to say, because I sit here day in day out and I'm always talking about maintenance culture. I always keep firing the Ghana Football Association. I keep firing the Ministry of Sports. I keep firing I just keep all the industries or all the companies or institutions, the Ghana Sports authorities that are in charge of making sure that our pitches, our stadiums are in a good state. I keep on firing them, and then nothing. We are suffering. Everything is poor. Nothing is going on. It's as if I don't want to do politics, but it's as if the government is scamming us. Since this new government came, it's as if they are scamming us. It's as if I don't get it. Like just watch the video and you sit down and ask yourself, where are we going as a country? Let me tell you something. I was on Twitter yesterday, right? I know you all know Mr. Beast. In fact, he's the biggest YouTuber in the world, and he's doing this philanthropy. He's doing this philanthropy job in Africa. I don't actually know the country that he's in currently in Africa, but he posted a video where he has manufactured boreholes. He has constructed manholes, boreholes, and people are in the comment section saying that Africans are animals, that we are in the 21st century and we are still relying on boreholes, something that has been there for over thousands of years ago. That Africans can manufacture their own boreholes, and that what is the use of Africans in this world? What are we contributing to this world? High point of racism, but I don't blame them, because sorry to say, we are actually behaving like animals. To a point in time, I feel like animals are actually behaving better than us. Because what are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to ourselves? Like, what is going on? What are we doing to ourselves? It's as if we are stabbing ourselves right in our hearts. We can't just maintain common pitch. Common pitch, you know, the film maintain common pitch. Common pitch, we maintaining common pitch. Common pitch, football pitch, as I say, you're maintaining pitch. Stadium, you can any you need stadiums, nibi. Kakra one so you ain't maintaining. Like, what the hell is going on in our brains? Like, where do we sleep? What do we think? Where are we going as a country? These white people were calling us animals. We are animals. We are thinking like animals. Means that you need answer. We are saying by Jimmy. We are saying by Jimmy, because we can't do anything for ourselves. We keep on depending on them. Development, money, anything we depend on. Meaning that without the white man, this world will be a forest, because we are animals. We are monkeys. We are baboons. We are chimpanzees. Why are we keep on doing this to ourselves? That we, and you see, you can't flag it. Fine, it's racism. But why do you think they are racist towards us? Because we are fools. So just look at this. Just watch the video again. Producer, can you please show the video again? Are you trying to tell us that we don't have water holes? In fact, why would you even sit down for the pitch to get to this level? What is going on? What is wrong with us? The Ghana Football Association's new Premier League reforms. All these reforms I just want to see how these reforms will affect situations like this. And that's why I don't want to talk. You see, I didn't really stretch on the Premier League reforms. I just read and just gave certain things. And I just supported it because it actually makes sense. Yes, it makes sense. Everything I said makes sense. Remember, theory is different from practicals. As for theory, everybody go fit sit down and talk in mind. Sorry, we go fit talk on our mind when it comes to theories. How you are going to practice it is the issue. My producer will tell when it comes to IT, they go fit teach you. How you go sit down for the PC top then do is the issue. Me has taught me a lot of things. I no go fit. Till today I no go fit do because theories is different from practical. So Ket has said what he has to say. Now everything he has said, we'll see how it will affect. It will positively affect things like this. Because seriously, Charlie, there's no hope in Africa. There's no hope in our football. That fire service. Just Sunday, this place go burn. Race Junction, what be name say? Red Coat Flat they burn. We need the fire service to be quenching fires for there. By then carry them water come they pour for pitch stop. All right, Black Stars captain Thomas Partey is in court. All right, so let me briefly read this for you. I almost forgot to send it to my producer, but he still has the video though. So the video is basically what I'm about to read to you. So whilst I'm reading the video, you also see the video, right? So Thomas Partey, former Arsenal midfielder, granted conditional bail after appearing in court on rape and sexual assault charges. Thomas Partey has been charged with 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault. The offences relating to 3 women reportedly took place in 2021 and 2022. Partey denies all charges against him. Right, so briefly let me say Thomas Partey was at the Westminster Magistrates Court on Tuesday. Lasted less than 15 minutes. Partey was not asked to enter a plea, but only if he understood the charges and the conditions of the bail. Partey's case has been transferred to a Crown Court for trial. His next due in court is at Old Bailey on September 2nd. So yeah. So that's something brief about what is happening with Thomas Partey. Now, I just have something small to say because this is a very sensitive issue. So just something small I have to say. I keep on saying that when you're a black man, especially a black man born in Africa, where you've lived your whole life in Africa and you've had the opportunity to travel abroad, and then you end up becoming a very successful, rich athlete, a musician, whatever, a rich person, you have to beware of white women. I can't conclude because we are yet to go to court, because I can't conclude, but I have this confidence that this guy is innocent. Because you see, one thing about white women is that you can be in a relationship with a white woman and then she can agree to have sex with you, or both of you have a consent and you have your sex. 2, 3, 4 years later, when you guys have issues, this same woman or this same person will come back and say that she didn't give you your consent and that you raped her, or she will accuse you of sexual abuse, or physical abuse, or verbal abuse, or whatever, because you have money and she wants money from you. I'm not concluding that that's the case, but what I'm saying is that men, Ghanaians, Africans should be smart. in whatever they do when they travel abroad, you need to be smart, because these white women, they are very, very dangerous. I actually believe he's innocent, not because he's a Ghanaian, but I as a man, I know how it feels when you are accused, even though no one has accused me of that before, but I know how it will feel as a man, especially when you've not done it. I believe this guy hasn't done it. I believe. On Jimmy, yes, party, fool like that, you go can't sit down, then you go sexual abuse or sexual assault someone whilst he knows very well that he's a superstar. Go do him. The rape, no master. The woman give him a concert. They don't fuck. Wait today, she can't do it because of Kakra. She go chop. Me, I give that vim, but I'm not going to conclude because I want court to conclude whatever. Court have the right to conclude. Now it's just allegedly. So we are waiting for the outcome of whatever is going to happen at the court. But then this is what happened on Tuesday, and I hope you've seen the videos. I've read a little bit summarizations to you for us to all understand the situation. And good luck to Thomas Partey. Good luck to him, and we wish him all the best. And hopefully he'll come out successfully. Yeah. All right. So let's go down to league fixtures for the Ghana Premier League. All right. So the Ghana Premier League fixtures have been released. I just want to go through the match day 1 fixtures. So we have Basake All Stars versus 11 Wonders. We have Accra House of Folk versus Hoho United. We have Pando Heart of Lions versus Dreams FC. We have Vision FC versus Samatex. We have Gold Stars versus Bechim United. We have Young Apostles versus Midiama. We have Karela United versus the Douala FC. We have Brekum Chelsea versus Asante Kotoko. We have Nations FC versus Sredro All Blacks. So this is the match day 1 of the new 2025-2026 Ghana Premier League season. Now, good luck to Accra House of Folk, my team. So we are looking forward to another season. Last season wasn't very good for me. Last season was poor. It was very, very poor, to be honest with you. It was very, very poor. The performances, it wasn't good at all. But we hope we'll have a better season this season, because this season, not only are we looking for a better football league, the two teams are going to the Confederations Cup and the CAF Champions. We are hoping they also represent Ghana very well. Last season, so many draws, so many 1-0 performances were poor, defensive mistake, goalkeeper mistakes. Like, just wasn't a good season overall. It wasn't a good season overall at all. So I'm hoping we are going to have a better season in this upcoming season that will begin in September. Better performances, lots of goals, lots of entertainment, and I'm hoping this time around supporters will also embrace the stadium, will embrace the support, and then I think together with the new Premier League reforms, I think it's going to attract more. It's going to attract supporters to the stadium. More supporters would like to stream, would like to pay for streams, and then more supporters would also like to sit down and watch on television, other than focusing on foreign football. I mean, foreign football is attractive, but we can also get to that level. Not to that level, but to get to a certain level where we can manage and decide to watch both together. You get me? Yeah. So we are hoping for a successful season. We'll keep an eye on the season, and we'll keep an eye on more updates coming from the Ghana Premier League and football stakeholders in the country. And then we'll end today's episode with transfer news update, which is brought to you by Fabrizio Romano. I mean, and then, as I said, when it comes to transfer news, if you don't want Fabrizio, you can also rely on David Onstin. You can also rely on David Onstin. All right, so let me go straight to Fabrizio's page, and then let me give you some of the key transfers that are going on there. You can also go there, and then you can also go there yourself, and then you see a lot of transfer news update together with David Onstin. All right, so the key or the most important one is that Manchester United and Red Bull Leipzig are in direct talks again to adjust fee package and add-ons, trying to get it done ASAP. Benjamin Sesko has decided to join Manchester United instead of Newcastle on it. So far, Man United has submitted an 85 million euros full package So United and Leipzig are deciding to adjust in how they are going to package all these 85 million euros. But Sesko has decided to join United, as revealed last night by Fabrizio Romano. Sesko currently is training separately until the deal is done, and then he will travel to Manchester to finalize his deal. Benjamin Sesko will soon join United. Now, Everton want to sign Jack Grealish from Manchester City. Everton are interested in signing Jack Grealish from Man City. Currently, the deal is not in an advanced yet. It's not in an advanced mood yet. Everton are in discussion with Jack Grealish to see if Grealish would like to join Everton before they will have a full conversation with City on how that deal would encounter. So we'll keep an eye on that deal. We'll keep an eye on that deal. Joe Simeone leaves Napoli to join Torino on an 8 million euro package, including add-ons. He has traveled today to Torino for his medical and contract signing after direct talks with manager Baroni, proving key to get it done. Here we go. All right, so Joe Simeone, who won the Scudetto last season with Napoli, will join Torino on an 8 million euro package, including add-ons. So here we go for that issue. And let's look for another key. All right, so more on Darwin Núñez and Al Hilal. All right, so Liverpool have agreed 100% with Al Hilal for Darwin Núñez. The initial deal will be 53 million euros plus add-ons. 53 million euros plus add-ons. Now, Darwin and Al Hilal are still discussing on their personal terms, on his personal terms. So they are still having that discussion. If they are able to finalize the discussion, it will be here we go for Darwin Núñez. So Darwin Núñez will be leaving Al Hilal. It's an exclusive story. Then we'll also go to Liverpool again, still on Liverpool. Alexander Isak. Liverpool submitted a £120 million deal for Alexander Isak to Newcastle. Newcastle have rejected that. We already know that already. Now the reason is that Newcastle are saying before they're going to allow Isak to leave, they need a replacement. They sent their focus to Benjamin Sesko. They submitted they submitted 90 million euro deal for Sesko, but unfortunately Sesko had decided to join Manchester United. Now Newcastle are focused on Oli Watkins. Now they want to sign Oli Watkins. Currently, Aston Villa has no intentions of selling Watkins. So we'll see how that deal goes. If Newcastle are able to get in a striker, there will be a high possibility that Alexander Isak might join Liverpool. So Liverpool are keen on that deal. So we'll keep an eye. We'll actually keep an eye on that. Let's see if we can get to another key issue. All right, so I think this is so far the key, some of the key issues going on in the world of transfers. If you want more information, just go on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. Just type Fabrizio Romano and you get more information. Or you can also go to David Einstein's page and you get more information. All right, so this is where we're going to end to the TV. My name is Amin. Before I go, I'll have to acknowledge my sponsors, EF Metalworks. Just go on. Anything else to do with Metalworks, just go on Facebook, just type EF Metalworks and just contact them. Nurturing Your American Dreams by Mr. Frank J. Mensah. Mr. Frank J. Mensah. This book has to do with how you can gain success in Ghana. Just go there, just contact us, and then we'll grab you a copy of Nurturing the American Dreams. Glory Foods, Intercontinental. Go order your solar energy, and this will drastically reduce your electricity bills. And finally, Ghana Bad Doors and Doors Accessories, whether it's Turkish doors, Cyprus doors. Just go to Ofankor Barrier. Just go to Muse near Ofankor Barrier and just talk to Mr. Moses Okaijewu, and then you can order your doors, and accessories. Once again, I urge you to follow us on our social media platforms on TikTok, on Facebook, and Instagram at Jab Media TV, and subscribe to our YouTube page at Jab Media TV. And you can also follow me on Instagram, and on Instagram at I.am, on Facebook at Mr. Amin, and on Instagram at Mr. Amin. Once again, thank you so much for watching, for listening. We appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Have a fantastic day.
It's Diogo Dallo who pulls the ball, and then Ronaldo! That is outstanding! A spectacular goal from Alejandro Garnacho!
Paravan had come for the corner. The last-ditch effort might just backfire. It's a good hit from Juranovic, but it's not on.